already up? Okay, how are y'all? So, the title, just because bums are attracted to you and they say you look good, it doesn't mean you look good to wealthy men. So, uh, we just got to talk about this because I'm getting a lot of women who are wanting to get into the group and they want to skip the level up group and go straight to the gold digging group. And I'm looking at their profiles and I'm like, I don't think you're ready for the gold digging group yet because you're not appealing to financially stable or abundant men. But I got all these men after me and da 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 blah 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 blah. I'm like, but they don't count. What they think is cute is not the same thing as what other men of means think is cute. So we have to change a lot of stuff about you. But I don't want people to get offended. But if you're not even trying to get in the group and you're just at home thinking, why don't certain type of men approach me, but all these other types do, it's because, you know, some guys are not attracted to what other men are. Okay? So if you keep attracting certain type of men, there's something about you that's their type, or they know that they have a chance with you. So with a wealthy man or a stable man with a decent career, it's not going to be appealing to them. Okay. For example, some women are like, well, do I have to change my hair? Well, and it's up to you, but I asked the question, well, have you been successful so far as to attracting wealthy men? And they're like, no. And they want to know why. Because a lot of times they're not going to understand, or they're not going to want to deal with it, let's just say it. So a lot of times women will, not really understand why they can't attract a certain type of man. But they know why in the back of their mind. They just don't want to change. And if you don't want to change something, then you can't expect different results. And it's nothing against anyone. I'm just saying, and it has more to do with hair. It could be something else. Your hair could be okay, but, or however. But if it's something else, for example, if dusty men were coming up to you and you're, overweight, a lot overweight, it's not the same thing, just because you, I got curves and my fat's not all the right places, it doesn't matter, because how are you going to fit into an evening gown? Where are you going to go buy that at? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to fit into their circles? So if you're having these type of issues and you want to level up, you're going to have to really come to reality about your appearance and what type of men you want. So if you're not the thinnest person in the world, then you can't expect, this type of person to really, run after you and give you everything you want and demand. You're going to have to work with that, whatever you're working with. So make sure you're not thinking, oh, just because this Dusty over here thinks I'm a 10, that this, professional guy over here is going to think I'm a 10, because that's not how it works, So if you are in that stage right now and wondering why can't you get good results, you're going to have to look in the mirror and you're going to have to go out and people watch. Go to nice places where, the wealthy hang out, or, after work the professionals hang out at like happy hour, or on date night when people take their girlfriends and wives out. Go see what they're hanging out with and see what their partners look like. And then go hang out on the side of town where there's dusties and go look at their partners, okay? And compare the two and see what you need to improve on. I mean, it's very easy, okay? So for example, if I were to go on this side of town on date night in the suburbs, I'm going to see a lot of different things, okay? I'm going to see professional men with probably they take their kids with them to dinner if they're married. Wife, respectable clothing, probably not overweight. If they are overweight, it's not by much because, blah, blah, blah. Then if I go over this side of town, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being overweight, I'm overweight. But if you go on this side of town, the other side of town where there's lots of dusties, you're going to see obese women sitting there with skinny scrawny man paying the tab. Okay, he might tell her she's beautiful every day, and that's all she needs to hear to keep paying that tab, right? You're gonna be over here with somebody who has, a baby daddy, and they outweigh him times two or whatever, and they're gonna be a happy couple, right? So it's different because she's probably working and providing for him, or they're both working together. But over here, it's most likely this man is taking full care of this woman, and so he wants her to look a certain way. That's just how it is. So if someone's fully taking care of you, they might have some standards about what they want you to look like, and you can't be upset at that, because they're saying, okay, well, I can go get someone else then, whatever. So you have to understand that. And just because you look good to this person doesn't mean you're even attractive to this person. Okay? So you have to understand this. You have to be, if you want to secure someone who's financially stable, you're going to have to fit into their version of what beauty is. So whatever that is, that's what your goal should be if that's what you want, the type of man you want. Okay? Just so you know, you can't argue. You can't say, well, I already look good. Everybody's after me, where I live. That doesn't matter, If they're not after you everywhere, then you don't look good everywhere. Okay? Like, I don't look good everywhere. If I were to go to a different state where there was a lot of competition in plastic surgery, I wouldn't look good at all. I'd be like, they would, I wouldn't look good at all. If I go to a state where, everybody, shops at Walmart and wears no makeup, oh, I'm going to be the beauty queen, okay? So it just depends on where you are, what you're working with, and the type of man who you are dealing with. So remember that if I step into a room full of people over 50, I'm gonna look good. If I step into a room of people under 25, I'm gonna look old. Okay, so we have to realize where we're going, what we're doing, and who we're dealing with. Just like we have to come to that realization. Okay. So if you're new to the groups, or you want to get into the gold digging group and skip the other group, and you don't look like the type of woman that attracts wealthy men, or you're going to have trouble in the group trying to do what these other girls are doing, I'm going to suggest the level up group first, because I'm not saying I'm all that. Shoot, I've been married forever, but if I was young or restarting my life or trying to level up to get someone in my life, I would want to start and do the most that I could do in order to compete or get what I need to get out of them. So that's what I'm talking about today. This is going to be a short video, but yeah, not super short, but not super long either. So understand that. And also, other things make you attractive besides looks, like speech. If you're not talking correct English, or mispronouncing words, or loud, and have no manners, that's going to be unattractive. Even if they were attracted to you just a little bit, they're going to be like, so you have to work on all of that, all of it. And I know I keep saying this in every video, but it's just they just don't get it. They don't get it. They think it's like, okay, well, everybody likes me over here, so I'm just assuming. No, it's not. It's like a whole nother world. Okay? It's a whole nother world. So for example, makeup, there's different types of makeup looks that will fly in this world but won't fly in the other world, For example, culturally, like I keep talking about culturally, not culturally, but socially. Let's just say socially. In certain social circles, the women don't do their makeup like they do over here. Over here, you need a certain look as far as how you do your makeup, and over here, oh, this is the style, this is the trend, so this is what you need to do. It's okay and it's accepted over here, but over here it's like, what are you doing? You know, why have 1,000 colors on your eye? You know, why do your eyebrows look like, fade in, fade out? Um, Stuff like that. um, Things like that. So you got to understand the difference. And I know a lot of you guys don't can't help it because that's what you've been doing forever and so long and da da da. You got to readjust. You got to reprogram. You got to say, okay, well, wealthy guys don't like pencil thin eyebrows. Okay, wealthy guys don't like eyeliner up to here. Okay, wealthy guys don't like green, gold, purple, and yellow eyeshadow as on one eye. Okay, they don't. It's not what fits into their circle. Okay, um, wealthy guys don't like lipstick that looks like um, a Crayola from the crayon box that's not typically a lipstick color. Like you gonna show up on a date with some blue or green lipstick on with some glitter on it? Probably not. Are you putting that as your profile picture? What are you attracting? Okay. I know some women who will put some blue lipstick on and do a profile picture. Talking about, and then they expect some, wealthy guy to click on and say, hey, let's go out, love your blue lips. And I have videos with blue lips, but I'm not on a dating profile. So there's appropriate place for everything. So don't forget that. If your profile picture has you half naked on it, and men just keep contacting you for sex and not mentioning anything about a date or money, maybe you need to change that picture. Um, if you feel like something is holding you back, maybe you should change it. If not, date who you can date, but work on the thing that you need to work on so you can still level up along the way. So, for example, you can date whoever wants to date you at this time as you are, but make sure, they're about something. While you're leveling up, you can practice on them. You can level up, and so maybe in a couple of months from now, you could start dating, higher caliber of men as you go along. You don't have to stop dating altogether until you get your look together. You can just upgrade as you level up. Mhm. Mhm. And some guys, some guys want you to. Sorry, y'all. Somebody called me. They want you to look a certain way, wear a certain size, blah 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 blah. And I talk about this in my videos. A lot of housewives that live over here, you know, um, they're in very good shape because that's what their husbands are attracted to. And some of them are not in good shape, and their husbands aren't in good shape, so they don't care. But I see a lot of women who are like always in the gym working out, working out. It's because you know maybe their husband has high expectations of them. I don't know, but these might be the type of men who are on these websites looking for women, and if you don't fit that description, they might not click on you, but you can't get mad. You just have to get in where you fit in, basically. So don't get discouraged if you're not getting a lot of, feedback from these guys or messages from guys online or in person. Work on yourself continuously. hmm Work on yourself continuously and keep working and keep working. And I find that, depending on what type of man you're going for, like for example, um, if you're going for interracial dating, if you're going, for that, it's probably safe to say that mm, someone who's like very, mm, someone who's very, um, I want to say proper, probably Caucasian or whatever, whatever. He's not going to understand, certain things about maybe an African American woman that an African American man would. So you're going to have to also keep that in mind. And when Caucasian guys, white guys date, they like to date. If they're gonna date a black woman, they're gonna date a black woman. They don't want to, pursue someone who does not look or fit the description of dating a black woman, because if they want to date a black woman, that's what they're gonna date. So, if you're not having luck with, black guys online and you're a black woman, switch it up and see what else comes in, because they might be looking for you. Uh, you never know. So you can switch it up back and forth, see who you like better as far as dating, as far as how they treat you, and you can make your decision after that, or you can just keep dating both. You know, I feel that a lot of the women in the group understand this, and they're not so picky as to pass over anyone who's interested and willing to, take that next step with them. So maybe a lot of that is holding certain people back as well. Mhm. Right. Okay. So I'll read some of the comments. Someone says, I'm plus size and older men always find me attractive. But do they pay you? Does it matter if they find you attractive? Can they provide something for you? Can they benefit you? If they can, great. That's something to brag on. And I find that they do as well. So if you have a little extra weight, go older. Go for older guys. Mhm. Um. Mm, 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 mm. And make sure that you're getting honest opinions from people. Don't ask people that like you and are afraid to hurt your feelings. What do you think about this outfit? They're just gonna say, "Oh, girl, you look good." Ask somebody who you don't really know, or online or something, or in the group, because they're gonna tell you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, they're gonna try to be nice. Oh, well, your shape isn't right for this dress. Maybe you should try this type of dress, or these pants are a little bit too tight. Maybe you should go for this cut of jeans, or pair it with this type of top or something." They're not gonna say, "Oh, girl, you look good. Go ahead," because they want you to do well. They're not really worried about hurting your feelings, because they don't really know you in person. So ask people their opinions, because if you show up on a date looking crazy and wonder why you don't get a call back, maybe that's it. Maybe the dress wasn't flattering on your figure. Maybe it looks better to you and to Dusties than it does to someone who is used to a certain type of dress, or a certain class of dressing. If you're wearing skin tight clothes and your body is not made for skin tight clothes, but it flies in the hood or the ghetto places or with the Dusties or whatever, it's not going to fly in, this dude's circle, because you don't do that in certain circles. Like, you can go to a bar or a club and you'll see somebody weighing 300 pounds with a skin tight dress on, and hair all done, makeup, nails, and guys are talking to her and pursuing her. But you can't put her in the same environment as maybe a surgeon sitting at a nice cocktail bar, or at a social or at a happy hour. You can't put her in that environment and have her do well. you know so you got to kind of think about this. Just because it looks good to them, it don't look good to other people. Just because they make it in your size don't mean you need to put it on. They make stuff in my size that I would never put on. I'm like, what the heck? And I'll go somewhere and I'll see somebody with it on, and I'm like, you gotta have self-esteem for sure. but it doesn't fly where I live. I couldn't wear that to my kids' school and feel like I'm appropriate, you know. But they will walk straight up into a school with some booty shorts on, weighing 300 pounds. Okay, I can't do that where I live. They will call the cops. Excuse me, there's a prostitute on the property. Please have her removed and bring two or three officers because she's kind of large, you know. So you'll have to understand your environment, the type of men you're dating, also determines how you need to dress, hair, makeup. Okay. Okay, come in there looking crazy. Go to the website called People of Walmart, and if you got any of them outfits, if you wear any of that stuff, throw it in the trash. Okay? Throw it away. Because I've seen some people with the same outfits as the people of Walmart on their profile pictures. Okay? So leveling up also means cleaning out your closet, your drawers, and things like that. Getting a whole new makeover. You can't just start from where you left off. You got to get a whole new makeover, okay? So if you're trying to level up for 2018, remember, start over. Start over. If you don't have, if you have some crazy looking stuff in your closet, throw it out. Recycle it, give it to Goodwill, and then replace it with something that's appropriate, okay? It's so sad. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's so sad. You go to an elementary school on this side of town, and then you go to an elementary school on the other side of town. You're gonna see a difference. You're gonna see a huge difference. And the reason I'm stressing this is because no one talks about it, and nobody will take responsibility for it. You'll have on this side on this side of town, you'll have a mom with booty shorts on, probably very young, walking up to the school because they walking up to the school or in their car or whatever, or walking to the school to pick their child up or whatever. House shoes, booty shorts, just walking. Kids looking at butt cheeks, basically. If they wore that stuff over here, the cops would be called. Okay, Popo is coming. Okay, indecent exposure tickets, stuff like that. You're gonna get sent to jail looking like that over here. But that's the normal thing over there, and they think that's cute. They in the grocery store like that, you know. Over here, you go to the grocery store like that, the manager is gonna come up to you and ask you to leave. Okay, you can't do that stuff over here. So, maybe they're looking for single fathers or going to the grocery store half naked so they can pick up men or whatever, or get the attention, whatever. But you can't do that on this side of town. So you can't show up to dates looking ratchet, boobies hanging out everywhere, skin tight clothes, and think you're going to get the same response. Because you're not. Please, y'all, stop doing this. I know this video reaches those people that do this. So please, y'all, just for me, just stop doing it. Represent yourself and your child in a better way. Because, your child will thank you for it later. You don't want your child remembering you picking him up from kindergarten with your butt cheeks hanging out. You don't want him to remember that. Mom, I remember you used to wear them nasty shorts to pick me up from school. Why did you do that? Baby, I was trying to catch a man. It was hot. No. So that's what I'm saying. The stuff that flies in certain, places don't fly over here. It's illegal. So make sure you understand that, there's lots of differences. Even if the guy that you're dating, looking for that, that's how they're going to treat you as well. They might just be looking to treat you like you look. Remember that, okay? the more polished you look, the better you're going to get treated. The less polished you look, the worse you're going to be treated. I don't care if the man is wealthy or not. Okay? Mm-mm. Um, I'm guilty of leaving the house in PJs. That was years ago. Okay, well, don't do that anymore. Then. Um, Youre, can I marry well if I don't want to have kids? Yeah, if you get an old man, because they're not trying to have no more kids. They probably already had kids or don't want kids if they're that old. Get an older guy. If you get a young guy, they might want kids. If they don't want kids and they say they don't want kids, they might want kids later when their friends start to have kids. So I don't know. Find someone who can't have kids either. So find someone who's sterile. But I feel like anything is possible if you just let them know. I don't want to have kids. They might be like, hey, that's great because I don't want kids either. But you need to tell them straight up. Don't waste time. It's like, I don't want kids. hmm Um. hmm So yeah, I shouldn't have to make these videos, but some people just don't know. I've been looking on people's profiles, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? No, um, like they know. I don't know if they know or not. A lot of the people might not know that that is inappropriate because everyone's doing it where they live. I don't know, but it's not inappropriate. You don't have to fit in. You can stand out. You can be a leader. You can change how you dress and get respect so that maybe other women will follow. You know, you don't have to show everything. Like they don't want to see that. Um, so there's a time and place for everything. Mhm. Someone says, I blame the body positive movement. It's good to have a good body image, but it doesn't mean that you need to dress inappropriately. Okay, there's a difference. Like, for example, a body positive person who is dressed appropriately might have on a pair of shorts that come past their butt cheek, that are clean, maybe at an appropriate length, a nice fitted shirt, maybe with some, body shaper under it so that doesn't look so crazy. There's appropriate ways to be body positive. You know, some people just, put on a piece of floss and say, hey, more cushion for the pushing. Great. Um, no, it's not. Okay, it's inappropriate. And some people, I think I told this story before. James said he went to the grocery store somewhere, and that grocery store is closed down now. And because the other one it was like around after the hurricane, and not all of the grocery stores were open, so he had to drive a little ways to the grocery store. So he had to go out of our place, our area. And he said, these women in this grocery store are half naked. Over, he's calling me on the cell phone, talking out loud. I'm like, can they hear you? I don't know. I'm like, well, I mean, I said, that's how they do it. They half naked. And he said, they got all their kids with them, too. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, well, maybe they're trying to get a date. Maybe that's the only time they can get out and about around other people. I don't know. Why you tell me? He's like, I just didn't know they did stuff like this. I was like, oh, yeah, they do. Um, he said, they need to put on some clothes. I'm like, okay. Thanks for telling me. I don't know. He said, it's cold in here, too. I had to put on my sweater, and they in here naked. He said, I don't even want to get the food no more. It might be contaminated with crabs. He has a weird sense of humor. He's Sagittarius, so he's like trying to make jokes and stuff. And I'm like, So I don't want nothing to hop off some of these chicks in here and hop on my food. I don't know, man. This is, I don't know. Like, he was just in shock. And he had to call me, of all people. You know, most men would sit there and enjoy it, and he was in shock. And so I'm like, well, you know, that's how they do it over there. I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, that's just the world we live in. And that's how people are going to treat you. Exactly how you're dressed, exactly how you look. That's how you're going to get treated, labeled, stamped, and processed. That's how you're going to get labeled, okay? Now, you see somebody well dressed, polished, you know, the first thing you're going to think, oh, they have a good job, or they got money, or look at that, you know. Um, that's how women look at men. Oh, look, he has on a suit, some nice shoes, a nice watch, well dressed, you know, haircut, everything in place. Ooh, look what's in his grocery cart. Ooh, you know, that's how they're. So you got guys being, you know, judged and labeled, you know, when they're dressed nice, you know. But then the women over here don't think that men are doing the same thing to them, but they are. But worse, because they have some type of intention for you, and it's not what you think it is. It's not the good kind. It's like, okay, oh, this lady looks like she'll go home with anything. Oh, you know, maybe they might not even want to go home with you because you look like you go home with anything. So it could backfire on you with a potential, you know, guy who's looking for someone. But if you run into a Dusty who take anything home, you know, oh, you're gonna get that attention. So don't think because it works for Dusties, it's gonna work for other type of men, because they're gonna be turned off by it. They're gonna be like, yeah, you're showing everything, but who else has seen it? And who else has touched it? And who else? How many people you pick up in the grocery store, or you know, how many people do you pick up in the schoolyard picking up your kindergarten child? You know, how many people have you flashed to date in those inappropriate clothes? How many old ladies have you offended? How many you know, and then you go, oh, they just jealous because they don't have a body like this. Oh, they just jealous and because I can wear these booty shorts and look good in it. No, you look trashy. You look like you got them booty shorts at Walmart and your shirt is dirty. Okay, and you got too much gel, edge gel up here, and you walk around think you're looking cute, but you don't. Okay, so don't think, oh, they're just jealous. No, they're not. They're not jealous of you. They feel sorry for you because you think that's cute and it's not. So don't think that that's cute. It's actually like you feel bad for them because you think, wow, that's really desperate. You know, I feel sorry for their child. That's what they're thinking. Poor kid. Look at his mama. That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking, ooh, she's hot. Ooh, she has a good body. They're thinking, I bet she's a stripper. Not that there's anything wrong with strippers. Well, why is she dressed like that? This is school. You know, I don't want to, they're saying bad things about you, but you think they're looking at you. They're looking at you, judging you. So stop doing that, ladies. Over here, okay, let me tell y'all what they do over here. The little teenage girls over here. They'll wear short shorts, but not booty shorts. You know, they'll be short though. They're not on the booty. And a long shirt with long sleeves that's loose. So all they're showing is basically leg, and everything else is covered. Okay, that's their definition and version of trying to show some leg or some skin. They don't do tight tank top, booty shorts or tight leggings with camel toe and house shoes. They don't do that over here. They wear jean shorts and a huge shirt and either flip flops or whatever shoes they have on. They put their hair up in a little bun or a ponytail. All you see is leg, but that's it. You don't see booty. You don't see boobs. You don't see every curve, every line, every slit. You don't see none of that. Okay? But when you go other places and you see that, it's like, wow, how much? You know. So you don't want to do that. So we're gonna move on. So just because that's attractive doesn't mean that is attractive, basically. So when you post outfits and stuff like that, and remember you're trying to appeal to a different type of people, not people that want to take advantage of you for the wrong reasons. So keep that in mind, and think about how kids feel. Your kids aren't happy. My kids won't even let me wear. What won't they let me wear? What is that? They won't even let me show this much cleavage. Like I can't even wear a V-neck unless I pull it all the way up or wear a tank top under it. No, mama, you can't wear that. Oh no, I can see a line. They don't dress like that over here. Women over here don't show cleavage. They're fully covered over here. If they show cleavage, it's barely this much. Barely, barely, barely. Okay. Over here, oh, I have on my this and that, my clothes from here and there. They dress for fashion, not for show, like showing the body parts. They all have the latest from this store. This is a such and such um, type of shirt and blah 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 blah. They're not saying, "Ooh, look at my butt, look at my boobs." So if you know that you need to change, don't fight it. Just go ahead and go with the flow. I mean, it can only bring you good. You can't get any worse, right? Your mom says you're a hooker because you show cleavage and wear fake hair. I mean, I used to show cleavage in my 20s, when I was out and about dating and stuff. Yeah. But, when I got married and stuff like that, I would only, if I do show cleavage, it's only when I'm out with James. I don't show cleavage everywhere else because, it's not appropriate for where I live. If I show cleavage, they're gonna, ooh, she ain't from this side of town. Where's she from? Why is she over here? She's somebody's maid, somebody's nanny over here. Oh my gosh, that's what they think. If you walking around looking like that, they think you somebody's maid, nanny, or you're not on your side of town. Okay. Um, how do I plan this all out? Um, when you see something you like, do you approach? Um, it just depends on the type of woman you are and what your goal is. Like, if your goal is to get somebody to give you some cash or some money or date them and have them spend stuff on you, if you approach them, it's gonna be a definite yes. And it's just too easy to pass up. And they might be shy, of course. But if you have different goals, like, I want all the power in this relationship, I want him to come to me, just suggest that you're interested and let him come. But either way, if you come on too strong and you're not their type and they're just looking because they're looking, and they're not attracted to you, you might get rejected. So make sure you're attractive to them before you approach. Because if they're looking at you, they might just be staring. Like, they might not be admiring. They just might be staring. So if they're staring at you and like this, trying to figure it out, and you think they're flirting with you, and you say, "Hey, Big Daddy, how you doing?" And they go like, they're not gonna know how to react to that if they're not attracted to you. But if they like what they see, they're like, "Hi, what's your name, young lady?" You know. Um, and make sure when you're telling people names, you're not using those names that will confuse them. Okay, people are confused by my name. Okay, so I know they're confused by some of y'all's names. Okay? So come up with an alias, a fake name, a simple name, a short version of your name, and use that, please. Because that can turn somebody off quick. Because how are they going to introduce you? You know? You might look good, you might have everything in order, but then that name, they're like, oh, fail, epic fail. You know, so it's going to be like, okay, you look beautiful, everything, you're well mannered, everything, da 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 da. Okay, now, okay, so what's your name? Watermelandra? This is Watermelandria. Y'all remember that Raven Simone? um, you know, Melanie. There you go. Watermelandria, Melanie. That's it. Change it. Um, if you have, you know, yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. So I hope y'all are doing it. Anyways, what color nail polish is classic? Stick with the classics. You know, red, French, like pink, or something like that. Something that looks natural. Something that doesn't, you know, stand out too much. That's, you know, out of the ordinary. That's what you gotta stick to. My name's Sharkeisha. Somebody said, yeah, I could go by my middle name too. I could go by my first name. Um, it just depends, you know. I like, you know, I'm already married, so I can use whatever name I want, you know. So, but you don't have to tell them that full name. Like, it's not a big deal. And so, also, nail length, nail color, jewelry also play a big part. You know, if you got 1,000 holes up in your ear like this, and you're trying to date wealthy man, take all that stuff out. One earring, okay? If you got nails this long, cut them down. If you got a ring on every finger, take all of them off except for two, and that's it. You know, if you have 1,000 necklaces, take them all off, leave one. You know, if you got piercings everywhere, take them out. You know, because you got tattoos everywhere, cover them up. Sometimes, you know, there's just one thing keeping you from being successful. Getting, you know, a date or, you know, somebody to take you seriously. Sometimes it's just one thing, and you gotta recognize what that is. You gotta figure out what it is, and you know, maybe you can ask someone like, "What do you think?" You know, post your picture up. Why do you think that I can't get a second date from, you know, well-to-do men? Post your picture. This is what I look like when I go out. If you got a tattoo right here, or a piercing right here, or right here, or your nails is this long, you got earrings this big, and purple lips, you know, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be like, look, wipe the lipstick off, take the stuff out your head, cut them nails, get some derma blend, cover up this tattoo on your neck that says Thug Life, cover that up, and maybe they'll take you seriously. Okay? Somebody said skulls and wedges. Oh, Ouija. Oh, skulls and Ouija boards in the back. She crazy. I am crazy. Um. Okay. I'm 22. Is elegance only for grown women? No. I was elegant at 22. You know, I was bougie at 22. I was like, you know, so no, it's not. In certain circles and the way certain girls are raised, you know, that their clothing is appropriate. Their, you know, their moms and grandmas raised them. Oh, you do this and you do that. Da, 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 you know, Um, they might wild out when they go to the club. They might dress a little bit inappropriate when they go out with their girls and have fun. But when they're on a date with a guy, um, that's potential for marriage, they're gonna go back to that classic style, of appropriateness, because that's the type of lifestyle that they want, and that's the type of man they want to attract. Somebody that wants a lady in their life, like someone that they can represent. So that's what they're gonna do. Mhm. Mhm. So that's it. I gotta go pretty soon, but if y'all have any questions, let me know. I feel like, I don't think I would make him feel like he's the only one, because he'll start to feel like he has you on lock and he doesn't have to put any effort. Um, to me, it just depends on your goal. Like, if you don't want to make a man feel like he's the only one, he might label you. Okay. Remember, things are different for different types of women. You know, it's not the same. You can't do the same thing as this chick can do, especially if you don't look like this chick, or whatever. You can't do those type of things. If you're average or whatever, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm playing the field. I'm dating more than one person," then you're like, "Okay, good luck with that. Bye." Even if you are, don't tell guys that. They're supposed to feel exclusive. Okay? They're supposed to guess or feel like you are, but you'll never admit it. Okay? You have to keep them on their toes. You never tell them, you just let them think what they want to think. And if they come to the conclusion, oh, she's always busy, she's going to answer the phone all the time, she's probably seeing someone else, even though she's telling me she's not, that's better than saying, oh, I'm seeing 8 people right now. You know. Hmm. Sheila, could you talk to me about texting games when he pulls back, how to respond, and etc.? Don't respond if he pulls back. You know, when guys stop texting, it means either A, they're doing something else with someone else, or you're not their priority, you know? So you don't text them back. You just let them go and be like, oh, who is this? The next time they text, if it's been a long time, who is this? Like, you already deleted their number, child. Like, oh, okay. I thought I deleted this contact. Then they're going to be offended. Like, I only been gone a week. Oh, well, I delete contacts after like a day. If you don't respond back in a day or two, if you ain't in the hospital dead, delete. You know, I don't have time to waste. Um, like, seriously, life is too short to sit there and wait on text from men. You know how many men are waiting to text women? So you don't do that. You don't wait. If they're not responding back right away, block, delete. You're not a priority to them. And if you're working, they're not working. You understand? If you're working for them, they're not working for you. So you already lost your power. Mm-hmm. I go live whenever I feel like it. Most of the time is this time of day, between 1 and 3. Yeah, 3:15. I leave. Mm-hmm. Shira, my boyfriend doesn't spoil me, but he gets mad that other men do. How can I help him get the point? Well, if you have a boyfriend and other men are spoiling you, then how does he feel about being your boyfriend if other men are giving you stuff? Is it like old friends, exes, brothers, cousins, co-workers? Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Um. Yeah. So I didn't see a response, but I feel like he probably thinks that you can do better. I know, James always worried about that with me. He always worried that, like, I'm gonna replace him. It's hilarious. Mm, um. Anyway, he hasn't been given the title officially, but expects me to be his girlfriend. Um. Well, I feel like if he expects you to be his girlfriend, then he needs to get some girlfriend money. Okay? Tell him he get the title when he get the promotion, which is more money. Hmm. Doesn't wearing makeup all the time cause premature aging? I've been wearing makeup since the sixth grade, and I don't think it caused any premature aging in me. So I don't know. It's probably just their DNA. So I think that's a myth. I think that's a myth because first of all, you have a protective layer over your face from UV rays, from particles in the air, from the elements. You got a whole protective layer. And when you wash it off, you're not weathered. And usually women that wear a lot of makeup take better care of their skin, and they take they're looking at themselves more, making sure they don't look this or that. They're looking more for wrinkles and doing preventative treatments and stuff like that. So I don't think that's true. I think people just say that, or some people just age bad naturally, and they just, oh, it must be in that makeup. They even make makeup now with anti-aging things in it. Thank you. Mm. Someone says, I try to let men I'm dating see my natural face as well as my made up face, so there's no surprises. I mean, if you don't look bad with no makeup, then I don't see a problem with that. But I wouldn't do it right away. You know, I would let them see me looking good for a long time, and then pop up out of the shower like. But if you're naked, they're gonna be distracted. So do it while you're naked. Talk about stretch marks on stomach and insecurities. Don't show your stomach. Okay, where I live, you don't show your stomach anyway. If you're trying to get down and dirty, turn off the lights. You don't have to be insecure of that. I feel like if you're insecure about it, get it fixed. If you don't have to be. Most guys, they're not looking for your stomach anyway. They're looking for something else. In my culture, society tells to save virginity until marriage, but now what methods to seduce men to be with me? Promise them your virginity, but lie. Don't give it to them. Sell it. Shoot, I would. You could be rich next year, or own your own business next year if you sold your virginity. What about scars, large ones? Well, it depends on what the scar is. Like if it's on your face, that could be a problem. If it's on your body where you can cover it up, then who cares? Just say, oh, I like to dress appropriately. You don't have to show your skin. Like what kind of scar are you talking about? Like a C-section scar or something? Like some of these women, they barely have stretch marks or a little bitty C-section scar, and they worry. All right, they don't care about that. Men don't care. They don't even see that. All they're looking at is what they're trying to get. And if they are looking at it, they're trying to make you feel insecure so that they don't have to do as much for you. Okay? Mm, added in your Facebook group. Go to my channel page on YouTube, and there's a Facebook icon on the right side. Just click that and message me in my message box on Facebook and ask, can I join the group? Don't tell me the life story. Just say, I want to join the group. What can I do to look young? Put on some makeup? Dress young? Get a different hairstyle that looks young? I don't know. Bangs? Wigs? I don't know. I'm 126 pounds and my sugar daddy would like me to lose weight. He is not in shape himself. Okay, well, tell him you need a gym membership. Make him pay for you a nice gym spa membership. And see if he still wants you to lose weight. Go to Lifetime Fitness and say, I really want to lose weight. Can you pay for my gym membership? You know, it's 100 and something a month. Get something out of it, you know. And if you're 126 pounds and he wants you to lose weight, I told you these guys like anorexic women sometimes. I see women in the gym where they're anorexic, and I know it. But that's how their husband likes them, anorexic. So if you got one of those, you better, get you a waist trainer and tell him you lost some weight. That's what I do. Oh, I lost weight. Get you a girdle and a waist trainer and tell him you lost. Okay. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about what men thought about me. I worry about, that's why you don't go for certain type of men. You should go for men who are lucky to even be in the same room with you. Okay? That's the kind of man that's going to give you the most money. The type who are lucky to be with you, no matter if you got scars, stretch marks, rolls, fat, whatever. That's the type of man you're supposed to be going for. You're not supposed to be going for someone who's going to tell you, oh, you're too fat at 126 pounds. Unless they're paying your rent, tuition, car note, bills, future bills. Okay? And you're not on their life insurance policy? Nope. You're like, oh, yeah, I lost 5 pounds the other day. Just lie. It's muscle. So what type of mentality is this? I never be second to none. I can't get him to admit something. He is What? He is entertainer. Please read my question after you sign off. My heart is broke. Well, that's your problem. Why are you involving your heart? The first one who says I love you and falls in love is the weak one. So if you did that, you messed up. They're supposed to be chasing you. I don't care if they are famous. You better get an old washed up famous person with some. He will try to control you with money and da-da-da-da. But he has to remember he's looking. That's why you have two. I keep trying to tell y'all, don't just stay with one. They can't control you if you got another one handing you money too. You can be like, oh, I'm out. I'm going to see number two. Oh, you ain't going to pay my bills this month? That's okay. Bye. I get them paid. Don't worry about it. And don't call me back next month either. I'm done with you. And if you try to come back, you're going to pay an inconvenience fee. Then you talk trash about it. Don't nobody want your old crusty butt anyway. You make them feel insecure. You so old, Jesus signed your yearbook, okay? Are you serious right now? Go look in the mirror. Go take off all your clothes and look in the mirror, okay? And you can't control nobody with no money, okay? Bye. You gotta take them down a notch. Take a picture of them naked when they're not looking, and then send it to them on the phone. It's like, you right. I'm gonna lose out big time. Look at all this I'm gonna lose. I don't know how I'm gonna do without you. Gotta troll them. I'll be like, oh my gosh, do my butt really look like that? Is it sagging like that? Do I look like I'm dead? Yeah, that's what you look like. Dang, how much you want? You know, because then they're going to be insecure when they try to run up on another woman. Do they think this about me too? You know, I'm too old for plastic surgery. I might die with anesthesia. You know, I better call her back. Okay, you worried about stretch marks. You need to take a picture of him butt naked from the side and in the back and send it to him with no filter. Like, okay, I know you could do so much better than me. Look at all this you're working with. But he has money, so you got youth and you look better than him. You got that too. You can go get somebody else with money. But now you've just made him feel insecure, and you've shown him what he's probably, you know, denying. And the fact that he has to pay you, he already knows he doesn't look good. And if you have the nerve to tell him that, he's going to be like, is this what women really think? Then he's going to have anxiety when he approaches someone new. Like, oh my God, they're just going to laugh at my butt. It's so saggy and wrinkly and has hair and freckles on it and a mole, you know, with some hairs, like 5 hairs hanging out of it. Take a close-up, zoom in on the mole with 10 hairs on it. Like, look at this. Be like, I'll never forget this one. Girl, you got to troll. Zoom in on all his flaws. And you're like, oh my God, you know, this one reminds me of the Big Dipper right here. You take a picture of him while he sleeps, all his nose hairs. You're like, oh my God, it's like the enchanted forest up in there. I don't know. I'll never get over this. You know, he might like you more after you just dog him out and you know, talk to him crazy like that. Because obviously, you know, you've probably done some stuff with him, even though he's grotesque to you. You can stand it. You've already told him he's gross, you know, so you already know his flaws, so he's going to feel more comfortable with you anyway. Then he's going to be insecure around other women, you know. So he's going to have a complex after you. So he's never going to be comfortable around other women, and he's going to be like, she was right. I shouldn't be trying to hold money over these women's heads, and you know, who am I to talk? I got this weird mole on my back with 10 hairs sticking out of it, looking like, you know. All that's going to go into his mind, you know. But you got to leave your mark on him. Leave your mark. And get them pictures snapped and be like, oh, I'm doing Snapchat. Oh, I love this filter, but you're really taking pictures of him. Get all them naked pictures and blackmail pictures and stuff like that in case they want to act up. Y'all bad. Oh, get freaky one day and say, hey, I want you to put on these ladies' underwear and get some pictures. Like, you remember this? Anyway. The life, you know, life isn't fair. You got to play dirty to win. You know, you have to play dirty to win these days. If you don't, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. All right, take